The weather is not very good here.
Yeah, I don't know. But if it happens again, it's okay. We can always continue this another time, anytime this week. So I'm not sure what you heard from the last time, but I want you to capture how you felt when you were, observing everything that was going on, okay?
Okay.
All right, and then I want you to send that to me. This isn't anything.
That's
You might want to do this part relatively soon, so you don't forget. There are certain parts of the session, and you should know you're gonna have a sense of these where something moves you, or it's just something that you don't ever want to forget. And these are things that you're going to capture afterward immediately. Before you do this report to me, before you do anything, you want to capture certain things that just tugged at your heart, okay? Things like, in the share back that, you actually had the same concern, and how did that make you feel? This is a personal journal of your journey as well as a facilitator, okay? Because you're not just a facilitator, you're also a woman, who has shared life experiences with these group members. So there are certain things, and you're going to know when your heart is being tugged, or you're going to know. And if you don't, I'm going to tell you. Like I'm going to like I just told you. You know what? These are things that need to be captured, and this is also your opportunity to grow, not only in the expertise of being a facilitator, of all the methodologies and all of that, but also as a what you bring to the pot as a facilitator, yourself, your person, it's you can be a very skillful facilitator, but boring, you could be boring, you could just be void, you know what I mean? There's nothing really there, but yet you're really skillful as a facilitator. So the difference between a skilled a really good facilitator and just a really great facilitator and a really good facilitator is that you know when to incorporate yourself in what you do, and so you want to capture some of you in here. Okay, so then the next thing was the okay. Let me ask you: is there anything on the visionary exercise that you have questions on, or you wanted to ask me about, or?
I think there's really nothing on the visionary exercise.
Okay. All right, and that is something that we're going to somehow bring forward into the next session, and I'll figure that out. And so then the next one was your belief system. So I have your notes here, but tell me, do you have any questions? Tell me your observations of this. How did it feel to teach something like this? How was it received? Those types of things.
Well, it's kind of, when we speak of belief systems, people just, like what they gave here, it was kind of an eye-opener. Though we did not speak on it to be negative or positive, we really just wanted to capture them the way they are, and we could speak on them later. But when they got them, they kind of were expressing their oppressions. That's what I saw.
Yeah.
Things that they have grown to know that they are not important, but they made it important, or they made them important to them.
How long did this conversation go on for before you tabled it and as a home play?
My husband actually took the visionary exercise and this exercise, so it went for about 15 minutes and above, because we were writing and so on.
And what did the group think about this, though? Like, were they surprised that you were asking them, who makes up you, or, what was their reaction?
Well, I did not really capture the reactions, but we're trying to make them know why we're taking this. We just want to know some of those things that they grew up hearing and obeying. That's just all we explain to them.
Okay. So I'll just wait till I get to the home play part of that. Okay. And then there was the self-defense exercise, which you said was well received, right?
Yeah.
The next thing up on that is to talk about pressure points in a person's body and what happens within the body when those pressure points are engaged. And that's kind of a lengthy video, so it's probably the only thing. I'm not sure if I'll just do that and something else, or if I'll just do that. It's because it can be lengthy. So I'll see. But just so you know, next up on that are the pressure points, and there might be a couple other things. I'll have to take a look at my notes to see. But interesting that they were so their reaction on this was that they didn't realize that. Let me just ask this again. Forget what I just said. How when you paired up right, and you did this exercise with redirection of force, so they had an opportunity to actually do it.
Yeah.
And how was the?
No, because we're also considering time, but they observed and we acted it out, and the excitement was obvious.
Now, did everyone have a chance to do this exercise though with redirection of force?
Not everybody. So maybe in the next session we're going to start and make it some kind of a replay of the lesson. Can they show what they learned?
Mm-hmm. Did you leave them with try this at home type of thing? Try this with a partner, try this with a friend, or something like this? I
did not do that.
Okay.
I know they might.
Did you try this with your husband?
Yes, I tried it before going with the video. I was excited at home.
Did it work?
It worked very much, and I noticed that as tiny as my hands are, they have a lot of strength to defend somebody coming to hit you maybe on the face.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is not someone who's coming to hit you. You would not do this when someone comes to hit you. If you see someone coming to hit you, you're gonna block and you're gonna hit them back. Krav Maga is all about being preemptive, which means you're gonna make the first attack, so to speak, in order to not get attacked. This exercise is someone was a lower danger level, meaning maybe it's a bullying situation, maybe it's someone who pushes you around, or is going to grab you to push you type of thing. And that's when you raise up with your hands underneath, they're not totally underneath their elbow, but the way I showed you in the video. So you want to definitely make sure that they each get an opportunity. They have to go up in pairs. There is an immediate sense of empowerment with this, and an immediate sense of, if someone comes or tries to grab me, and I see it coming, I can do this, right? That sort of feeling. So when they return, that might be part of that. You might want to create that as a warm up, getting them going. And do a redirection of force and make sure that they understand that. Did they understand line of vision and their personal territory?
Yeah, they did.
And their reaction to that was what?
The line of vision, we actually acted up to. Mm-hmm. So we made those who were not privileged to stand to know when somebody's encroaching too much into your territory.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and
So
they all understood that their personal territory was unique to themselves because of their length of their arms, right?
yeah.
Okay.
We did that. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like I sent pictures on that.
Yeah, that was really cool. All right, so then on the home play, the positive affirmations, you nailed it with your report here. My question is, what was their reaction with this perspective of thought, really, of being positive with themselves as opposed to negative?
Yeah, before I started presenting this part of it, I told them the importance of the affirmative environment being positive, and they kind of, I also brought up some of the negative things that would have been said, then the rule of the positive. So they began to give this, and each and everyone was trying to give something. Though there are always people who are always talking more than everybody.
Okay. And you explained how word choice is so important, and you wrote that here. So then basically they're going to share this back next week, and next time they meet, and you're going to ask them how they did and what their response was. And sometimes this is a very difficult exercise for people because some people just can't find anything positive and they're very hell-bent on it. There's nothing positive about the day. There's nothing positive about myself, and that's it. Like, seriously, I know people like that, and I've had to deal with that. So, you just got to, after next session, you're going to let me know what you got. You might have a whole group of people who are like, you know what, I love these positive affirmations, and they're going really well. Or you may have one or two who are just struggling, really struggling with it and through it. And you just have to continually, tell them that they just have to keep working on it.
And one of the things that moved to me in this positive affirmation was the fact that one of the person who said I'm proud of myself was a timid young lady who is always afraid and says she wanted to know how to speak, express herself in public. She cannot read, she cannot write, and I was shocked to hear her say I'm proud of myself, and I was so moved with that.
And did you ask her or not ask her, but go into that any deeper with it's almost like I think I would have said, I'm so happy, I don't know how I would have said it, but in a nutshell, I'm so happy that you're proud of yourself. And yet you're struggling with being able to speak in front of a group. You're struggling with reading and writing, and yet throughout all that struggle and those struggles, which would really weigh on a person and weight people down, yet you come out of it being proud of yourself. My goodness, what a success, right? That just nails it, that a person's academic skill set has nothing to do with who they are, and you can still like yourself despite your weaknesses, right? You can still be proud of yourself despite the fact that you might not be the best reader or writer in the world. She's just a wonderful, wonderful example. It's just
she's the longest in trafficking, I think.
Who is it?
That's Brenda. She's been above 15 years. She was taken while she was a kid.
She has one child, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who said I am above any challenge?
That was Barbara. Then the lady that's been struggling, that's now cooking. Cynthia, she said, I'll overcome every situation. And she was the one who gave us the problem that we're struggling to see if we can solve. So I was also excited to hear her say she will overcome.
This group has great resolve.
Yeah, they do.
And a true, authentic sense of resiliency.
Yeah.
And determination. Amazing. This group is amazing. And you're on session 2, and they're already amazing. All they needed was an extended hand, and you're their extended hand. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. I get chills just thinking about it, really.
Yeah, they're damn positive.
It's amazing.
Stronger sometimes. They're like stronger than I am.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody in some deep situation, and then they're still smiling, they're still talking, and it's really good.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. And then you had your community challenge, and again, it's just, you nailed it on this, the way you explained it, the way you recapped it to me. So y'all are thinking about some challenges, and then you're going to come back, correct?
Okay.
All right. Right. Okay. And these are and remember, it has to be, and this is great because we don't want to converge yet on these, gathering of data of all these community issues and challenges, and because we just want to get them all together. And I'm going to walk you through this for your next session. But obviously some of these things you're not going to be able to do because you don't have the decision maker in your group. Embezzlement, unemployment. But I'm gonna go through this a little bit, and let me sit with it a little bit before I put something together, and we're gonna talk about it. And in case you haven't noticed, every session becomes it's more robust, which means the debriefs are more robust and they're longer, which means the next session becomes a little bit more involved. So it just gets heavier and heavier, so to speak, not to overwhelm you, but it just it just becomes more and more and more. So so just hang in there, and we'll just do what we can. Okay, so under the home play for you belief system, the assignment was given to write down 3 positive affirmations about themselves till the next session. They were reminded to write down their name, date, and 3. Okay. So your belief system, we're going to have to re-engage that and hit it home a little bit more with starting. So there's a lot going on. So I'm going to see, I got to figure out how to coordinate the next agenda, the next session. So I'll figure that out. I need a few days with this.
Okay.
The debrief, let's see. The self-defense surprised them. And some people are surprised that people still came late. People will always come late, always. Some people, yeah. What did you like? The teaching on how to solve a problem. I really feel as though the main void is creative problem solving in the how to get out of my situation, and once you understand that, it's like the world opens up to you. The world becomes an opportunity. There's nothing you can't resolve on some level, so I think that's going to be our staple throughout here. And in moving forward, not only with this cohort, but other cohorts, is, the creative problem solving, of course, attached to everything else that we teach. But that how-to is really, really important in relation to who the person is. So those are, if I had to pick some anchors, it would be, you have to have your belief system. You have to know how to move forward, and you have to have a sense of being healthy emotionally. Everything else, you know, you can pick and choose and work on throughout. But there are some definite anchors to the methodologies that we teach. Okay, so what didn't you like today? Yeah, the time. Everybody was late, not informed of the meeting. What would you like to see more of? Videos? Nothing. And when you said what would you like to see less of, there was nothing?
I don't know, we just cried, I don't know.
All right. When is the next session? You said...
I'm not able to come over next session. I wanted to come back, report, and see how we can plan that. And I was also planning to call them way ahead of time.
Okay, so then you don't have a date yet, right?
Yeah, but we had talked of less than 10 weeks, so we're looking at that interval.
Okay, so say that again. Do you have a date in May, or no?
We spoke of the 4th of May.
Okay. Is that still good for the group?
Yeah, I think it's good because we are just about the 23rd, so we can tell them way ahead of time. We still have time to inform them.
Okay. All right. So today's the 23rd. All right. So I got to build out this agenda and get it to you. What's today? I'm going to try to get it to you. Not try. I'm going to get it to you by end of my day, Friday. Okay? So that gives you one whole week. So that gives you, and then next week we're going to have to talk on the 29th. I'm sorry, that's a Monday. I apologize. On the 30th, which is a Tuesday, and then let's do the 2nd on Thursday. Tuesday and Thursday, okay?
Yeah.
If we don't need all that time, fine. But I'd like to set up, times. 9:30, each day until either 11 or 11:30.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Tuesdays and Thursdays, and it's probably going to be a standard twice a week now type of thing. Okay, is that going to be all right?
Yeah, it's going fine.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, then I'm thinking of Mondays. What about your Mondays? Are those good days?
Mondays are bad days for me because I have a standing commitment with another client, and it can start as early as 10 or 10:30 in the morning.
Okay.
And then it goes usually as late as 5 p.m. I'm available in the evening, but because you're 5 hours ahead, it gets into it's evening for you. So my Mondays are just a bad day. Wednesdays aren't too bad. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday aren't too bad in the mornings. I just need to know ahead of time to make sure I don't schedule anything. Next Friday won't be good for me at all. The 3rd. I'm be going away for our anniversary.